Hello everyone, welcome back to another breakdown video. Today we're going to be looking at Teacher, which is the penultimate piece in the collection that I have for you guys. This is another character piece, it's a programmatic piece. I think of it as a musical dialogue between a teacher and a student. Enough chit chat on that, let's watch myself and I'm going to break it down as best as I can. Okay, so immediately you see the Debussy reference. The girl with the flaxen hair. It's not quite like this. I think it's in a weird time signature. I think this is in 5/4. At least the first bar is. Yeah, so it's in the first bar is in 5/4. See, we have the interweaving lines, so we have the, which is a fragment of the right? Now seeing as the meditation, so that's meditation. You know, it's reflective, and I thought, well, teaching and learning is quite a reflective exercise as well. I mean, you're learning new stuff, but you're also reflecting on that, and you're mining that, and you're consolidating that within your own mind, you know? So I thought it would be appropriate to use that leitmotif, or use that fragment of the meditation melody. And we also have it overlapping at the same time with the descending and ascending pattern, you know, the I took a lot of time to be careful on the arrangement of this. You know, I didn't want to make it too busy or too dense. I needed to give it some space, you know, room to breathe. So when I'm introducing the lower end of the piano, I actually gradually make my way down there instead of having a sudden, you know, that sort of thing. So I think we're in the key of G. And then we move to C a little bit, and then G. So you're going down a bit. And that's where the 5/4 bar comes in. So it's only on those the first bar, or the first bar of that melody. So it's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. You know? And then to D. So now we've made our way back down to where I usually would play. And then now we can introduce the main theme. Very simple melody. It's just that. And the chords are very simple as well. It's just going from G to a C. Nice arpeggios. G. C. And I wanted it to make it so, you know, at the beginning as well, you know, when we had the overlapping melodies, that was like, you know, the two voices, the teacher and the student, they're kind of already talking and everything. This, that is the lesson. This is like the motif for the lesson that's being taught right now. The next motif that you hear is a rising sense of like wonder or curiosity. Very beautiful. I wanted to keep it simple as possible, right? The mind of a child, you know, how not complicated everything is, but there is still complexity in simplicity. We have a rising curiosity. And then realizing that it might be a bit of a leap to try and learn everything at once. So you come back down, you know, your curiosity goes up and you're like, oh, I want to learn more and more and more. And then you realize, oh, maybe let's start at the basics again. So the chords for this are 5, 3, 6, 5, 1, C sharp half diminished, to the 5th, okay, so here we have an example of, so we now have a clear dialogue between the two characters. In the lower pitched statements of the motif, we have the student, and in the higher pitch, we have the teacher. When it comes back down, this is the student here. And it's supposed to be, right? That's the actual theme, right? But the student doesn't know it fully yet. He's got the right shape and everything like that, so when it comes back down, it's a bit wrong, so the teacher has to correct. It's actually this. And then we try with the next one. That's wrong because it should be. So then the teacher corrects it. So we have back from the beginning of this, incorrect, and then the correction, incorrect, the correction. He's got it now. And then we have, after this lesson, then we have a rising curiosity and confidence in the student again, and that builds, and then the student gets humbled again and comes back down. So it's another repeat of this. So this third iteration, we have a more of a question response type thing going on instead of a call and response. So the questions are always, and then the teacher answers with the question, answer, question, answer, question. More of a building confidence. Every iteration of that theme over those chord changes, the student gets more and more confident and becomes more knowledgeable about this particular lesson, whatever's being taught to this person. And so much so that we don't have that at the end of the section. We actually have it going down the other way. So it's the exact same chord changes, right? But instead of going, it's going. So it's just going back down. And then we have a restatement of the lesson again. But this time, it's a little bit different. If you heard there, the right hand, the top voice makes a mistake. The teacher makes the mistake. And then the student's the one that corrects it. We have a reversal now, so we've seen this journey between these two characters, growing together, learning, starting from someone that wasn't confident, building their aspirations, coming back down, up more, always on an upward trajectory, and then you finally get to a point where the student is starting to correct the master now. So we have this one last bout of curiosity going up and down again, and then we have the final lesson that is given by the teacher. I really love this melody. So it's very bittersweet sounding. And this is basically the teacher telling the student that, like, hey, like, I've taught you all that I need you to know about this particular thing, so you don't need me anymore. It's both beautiful but also sad. And of course, this section pulls a lot more inspiration from Chopin rather than Debussy, especially the... Right? That kind of sounds like... Very, very similar. So chords for this, we have G, E major, A minor, D, G, B, E, A minor, D. any of Chopin's nocturnes. It's a big way in how he usually ends things. And then you have the last thing that you hear is fragments of the original lesson, which symbolizes that even though that the teacher's not there anymore, that he will live on, or he or she will live on as the teachings that they've, given to the students. They will be repeated over and over again in the students' minds. I mean, it's not immortality, but I think it's a nice way of saying that those that teach us, they really do stick with us, their lessons and who they are. So thank you, teachers, for teaching me.